This is the other thing you deal with when you're dealing with multifamily sales, right? So we've got probably 30 plus keys to keep track of on this portfolio. So if you've ever been an agent, you've lost like one key for your seller. Imagine trying to keep track of all these. Check the hot tub on this thing. This was homemade. Apparently the tenant says if you want to come down and hop in anytime, go for it. I mean, look at that thing. What's up guys, Jared Davis with the Davis Group at eXp, vlog number 4. This one is super exciting. Today we are going to be listing $6.5 million in commercial real estate. We thought this would be a great vlog to show off the differences between residential real estate and commercial real estate. So that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna take you on a tour of the properties at 6 different multifamilies that are hitting the market. But first, I wanted to give a shout out to one of our followers, Tom. He called me last month and said, I subscribe to your stuff. I love watching your vlogs. I show my kids, and the kids said, man, I want his cars. Well, it seems like every vlog I have a different car. This vlog is no exception. Hopefully you stop seeing new ones after this. So Tom, this one is for you and your son. If you guys know me, you know that cars are like my thing. I like to go to the track, I like to autocross, so this has been on my bucket list forever. This is my dream car. It's a 2018 GT3. It is paint to sample. It's actually a Lamborghini color. It's Grigio Telesto. I only know of 2 in existence in this color, and this is the only manual. So it's a manual gearbox, carbon seats, custom color, carbon ceramic brakes. It's a 4-liter flat 6 motor, 500 horsepower, 0 to 60 is 3.5 seconds, quarter miles 11.5. This thing screams. My videographer just asked me, does it matter what kind of car you drive for listing appointments? I always say yes. I've been in this business 7 years now. I think people do care. I hate to say it, but people are judgmental by nature. And if you drive up in a car like this to list $1 million house, I do think it gives off a different impression than if you drive up in a Kia. Nothing wrong with Kia. I've actually owned Kias. But I do think it matters. Maybe in the comments below, you guys can tell us whether you think it matters what kind of car you drive as a realtor. One thing I didn't mention in the stats is gas mileage. That is not why you buy this car. It sees a lot of gas station visits.
Playing game,
How much is it going to cost?
Yeah.
It won't be much. My other cars that, the SUV obviously takes like 20 gallons. This should be next to nothing. I'm going to say like 30 bucks to fill up maybe, I'm guessing.
30 bucks.
Yeah, I say 30. It's on empty right now. There's less than a gallon left in it. What do you think?
I'm going to say 35.
Okay.
35.50.
I haven't filled it up enough. You're laying like Price is Right rules.
Yeah.
39.50, fine.
39.50.
You said 39.50 or 35.50?
35.50.
All right, so I'm 35.49 then, I think.
Okay.
Right? Is that how we go Price is Right to make sure?
Yep.
So commercial versus residential, what's the difference? Well, I mean, obviously we know the difference, but can you do both as an agent? Yes. Most agents seem to stick with one. They either are residential realtor or commercial realtors. We tend to just kind of cross and do both of it. So the main thing I think that a lot of people don't realize is that there's actually a commercial MLS system that people use. CoStar LoopNet's one of the biggest ones that people use across the country. And then you have your regional MLS, which is typically for your residential real estate. So in listing this property, the owner wanted somebody that was going to use both. They had been listed before with just kind of one, but there really is a benefit to doing both. What I've noticed is that the commercial realtors, yes, they're exclusively in this commercial MLS, but there's 5,000 real estate agents that are using this residential MLS that still holds multifamilies and commercial properties. So by not putting it in there, you miss out on such a huge audience of people looking for investors. Oh, is our gas stopping? Oh, it's so close. Ah, you got me. You win. So one question we always get a lot is on financing for commercial properties. A lot of times, again, if you're a residential buyer, you're going to do just a standard 30-year loan. Interest rates are great. You can put minimum down payment down. But with commercial, it's totally different. Most of the time, you're going to end up putting at least 20%, sometimes more down, and you're going to have a different term. You don't do a 30-year commercial loan. They're going to be typically 5 years, and they're going to balloon. You know, there are options that you can go for, like non-recourse loans and different things like that, where you could get a long-term loan, but most investors are going to be doing just a 5-year loan that's going to balloon at the end. So you're refinancing it every 5 years, but it's commercial and it doesn't stay on your credit. So that's the other good thing is if it's a residential house, obviously it goes on your credit when you're pulling things, your debt to income ratio. Commercial, it's not like that. So you can have as much commercial property as you want, and you're not worried about it pulling up on your debt to income if you go to get like a personal loan on something. So we're standing outside the first listing at 2401 Grove. Now, this is one of 6 properties we're going to be listing today, so this vlog may look like we're just jumping all over the place, and it is really because we are. I mean, at the end of the day, this is a day in the life of being a realtor. So walking down the street right here, all of the properties are in the same vicinity. They're like minutes away from each other. It's a really nice area of Richmond. I mean, pretty much the most desirable, I think, when it comes to the city. You got all of your nice brownstones, you got all of your nice row houses, and all of these properties are in great shape. They've got newer HVAC units, they've been completely renovated, and they're getting insane rents. I mean, I think the worst property net-wise is pulling about $57,000 a year. The best one is netting over 6 figures. I think it's right around $112,000. So now we're heading to the next one, 1601 West Cary. That's what's coming up now. We got tris, quads, 6 units today. So we'll head up to Cary and check that out. I have my key. This is first world problems. My other Porsche auto opens when you pull the handle. This one doesn't do that. All right, we ready? Let's go. As I was saying before, I don't know if I have to just retake this whole thing or not at this point, but good God. Really good option for 1031 purchasers if they need to roll that money in to evade taxes. I say evade taxes, not really evading taxes. That sounds wrong. It's a legal way of not having to pay capital gains. But even if not, even if you're putting money down or paying cash, we're pricing them right around an 8 cap, so 8% profit after all expenses are paid. And when you look at what's for sale in Richmond right now as far as buildings go, good luck finding anything better than a 4 or 5, especially one that is this nice across the board. As far as the package, I know I've been throwing out a big number, 6.5 million, and you may be saying, well, I don't have a budget of 6.5 million. The good thing is that we will sell them individually, or we'll sell them as a partial package. So you may say, well, I only want one, or I'm only looking for a quad. That's fine. I think the cheapest one in the package is 800,000. Most of them are in that range, 8, 850, 900. The 6 unit also has a garage to be rented out, so it's almost 7. That one, I believe, is going to be priced right around 1.6 million, or 1.395 actually, 1.395. And then we've got, oh, we're pulling up to the next property now. And we've got one that is 1.6 million, I believe, is the price tag on that one. So I've got all the numbers though. So if you guys are watching the vlog, if maybe I've sent this to you and you've watched it now and now you say, hey, we want info, let me know. I've got all the rent rolls. I've got everything I can give you so that you can make an informed decision. But anyways, we're at 1601 West Cary now. Let's check it out. Let's see what we got. It's good. 1601 West Cary, this is the next one. I don't have all the numbers down in front of me, so it makes it kind of hard to talk about this on the fly because again, some are tris, some are quads, and then the 6 units, I think this one is one of the triplexes. So we just finished at 1601 Cary, but if you notice right next door, that's 1529 Cary. That's actually the next building in the portfolio that we shot today. So this is actually the biggest building out of everything. This one is 6 units with a garage that gets rented out, so technically 7. So that's where now you take the step from a residential purchase for 4 units and under to now you're into a commercial purchase. So different paperwork, different loans, everything starts to change up. So this one's a really cool building though. Most of the units are fully remodeled in there. And yeah, super exciting. This is my breakfast or lunch, I don't know. This is from Chili's Peach Orchard, if you haven't been out there. They do these fresh donuts, they're incredible. I ate like a half a dozen of them yesterday. And this is what was left over, so hopefully we'll get to eat at some point today. Are you eating with me, Mike?
That'd be nice.
So we just wrapped up filming and doing pictures of all 6 of these multi-unit properties that are coming to market tomorrow. This one was my favorite. We're at 1208 West Franklin Street. Also adjacent is another property in the portfolio, which is 1210. So even though they're selling as 2 separate properties, we can sell them together. One is a quad, the other is a 3-unit, a tri, but it's got a garage in the back that's being leased out as well. This one was over 7,000 square feet originally, now it's over 8,000 square feet. It was built in the 1920s by 2 tobacco heiresses. It was built as a tri, it has a 4-car garage in the back, plus a carriage house. One of the heiresses lived upstairs and one of the heiresses lived downstairs. This one has such cool finishings, from the staircase to the moldings. I mean, you were right in prime downtown Richmond. I mean, even notice, even just some of the cement work on the footing and the original concrete is amazing. So this one actually is going to be listed for $1.65 million. Next door, I don't have the price on the top of my head, but I want to say it's right at about $950,000, I believe. But again, they can be bought as a package. So this one was cool. I'm really excited to get this one on video for you guys. But man, at this point, food, we've been filming for like 5 hours. Mike, burgers, you good? Oh man, all right, just finished lunch at Bovine Burger. If you haven't been, really good, quality burger, pretty incredible. I think mine had like truffle something and some duck fat fries. It was great. Never gonna head to the office, I think, right? Finish up the vlog, wrap it up, close it out. All right, buddy. All right, so we have spent the entire day filming, getting everything done so that we can get these properties on market. So we figured we would just sit down at the end and touch base, just final wrap up. The last thing I wanted to touch on was really the difference between a commercial buyer or an investor and a residential purchaser. You know, if you've been selling residential real estate for a long time, you realize that there's a lot of emotions involved with buyers and sellers. They need to think about how close they are to work, where they want to live, where they want to raise their kids, what they want in a home. Well, all that goes out the window when you're dealing in commercial real estate, multifamilies, apartment buildings. See, now you're dealing with investors, and it's a whole nother range of questions you're going to get as people start inquiring on your listings. They want to know, what's my cash on cash return going to be? What's the cap rate? What return am I getting after all expenses are paid based on the purchase price? They may want T12s or a trailing 12 of the last year's worth of expenses. They may want rent rolls. They may want copies of leases, right? All of these things are things that you're not going to deal with in the residential market, but it's things you need to know if you're a realtor and want to sell commercial real estate. So whether you're a realtor and you want to know more, feel free to reach out to us. If you're somebody in Richmond or Central Virginia that has multifamilies or commercial and you're looking to sell, please let us know. We'd love to be able to help. But again, comment below, let us know what you think. The last thing we were going to do, since we've been getting so much publicity on these vlogs that we put out, there's a lot of positive comments, there's also a lot of negative comments. We thought we would just take a minute and read off a couple and give some feedback so you can see. If you watched our last vlog, vlog 3, maybe we can throw it up in the video so someone can click it. That dealt with burring houses, buying, rehabbing, renovating, refinancing, and just repeating, renting it out and continuing the process. So some of the people, their feedback was positive, a lot of it was negative. One guy, Steven, he said, I'll take an 8% dividend over bricks and sticks any day. You've been riding the market 40 years and you found your niche. It's not for everyone. Well, there is something to be said about diversifying, getting into something with dividends, maybe an REIT where you're not having to manage the properties yourself, but maybe your returns are going to be a little lower. But I'm only 31. I've not been riding the market for 40 years. I've only been in rentals for about 2 years now. We've been able to acquire about 38 different doors, and we've seen the benefit of doing so. So again, maybe it isn't for everyone, but it's a solid investment strategy. Hunter Mann said, I would caution anyone to really look into the good and bad and ugly things about owning rental properties. Or just go ahead and buy that 28-unit apartment building. Within a month, you'll have 12 bathrooms that need fixing, 3 of your tenants will be late on rent payment, and someone will flood a hallway. You'll have a lot of work to do to prevent black mold. Other than that, sounds like a really great thing to buy lots of rental units. You know, Hunter, you bring up a pretty good point. There's always going to be maintenance. There's always going to be people that are going to miss their payments. You may have to deal with evictions. But these are all things that if you're an informed investor, you're going to count that cost before you take the jump into this, right? You want to keep in mind, what are my vacancy losses going to be? We know that there's going to be some vacancies. We want to count that loss in. What are my capital expenditures going to be as things start failing? What are my maintenance costs going to be? Whether it's leaks, whether it's appliances going out, HVAC repair, whatever that may be. But again, if you're an intelligent investor, you're going to factor all of these things in so that it's still profitable for you. Somebody else said, this is trash. I rent from a rental empire. It's time we did away with the landlord class and consider access to housing a right, not a privilege to the wealthy. Followed by landlords are leeches and how to be a parasite on the working class 101. Well, those are some strong words, and I always love to see the feedback from investors and people that are doing this versus maybe people that maybe hate their landlord or hate this. At the end of the day, I'd love to hear in the comments what you people think would be a good idea to get rid of landlords. How would that work? Let us know what you think. At the end of the day, the way I see it is you can either purchase, or if you can't purchase, you have to have somewhere to rent. So whereas, yes, there could be some bad landlords out there, it's our goal to give people good housing, to be fair, and to give them a nice place to live while we help them make that goal to home ownership at some point. So again, maybe you have some good landlords, maybe there's some bad landlords. We try to be good landlords. So anyways, that about wraps up most of the comments there, I think, Mike. If you have anything else, you can add it in for people to look at. But we appreciate you watching. If you haven't subscribed to our channel, be sure to click the button and follow our latest vlogs, our podcast, our video tours, and let us know in the comments, what do you want to see in future videos? We're willing to help out as buyers, sellers, investors, realtors. You let us know what we want to see, and we will be there for you.